Coming up, a ton of Eagles in the PWR. Who are we looking for? We're looking ahead to a new season and cast our eyes towards our men's autumn tests. Does the USA have what it takes? Stick around to find out. This is the Mall Street Journal. Hello and welcome to the Mall Street Journal, the podcast that brings you all the latest news and reviews for all things American rugby. We are part of the Global Gainline Network and can be found on all your usual platforms, including YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes. So if you haven't already, give us a like or a subscribe, tell a couple of friends about us, or just send us a forged application for the USA women's head coach position signed by Joe Yap. Wink. This is episode 16. As always, I'm David Lawrence along with Kolya down in the Countdown City. Kolya, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I have to ask, have you ever heard that nickname for San Antonio before?
I have not.
We were wondering if you made it up.
Yes.
No, my partner's from San Antonio, and she had never heard it either. It's because of the area code, 210.
Ah.
I thought maybe they had I thought maybe in the middle of the city there was like a really good clock.
Yeah, I was like, we're thinking of Houston. Of course. Also, back with us from her stint with the DC Furies, coming back to us from the Beehive State. It's Julia. Julia, how many tries did you score last weekend against New York?
Hold on, I have to think up that lie in a second. I'm thinking of Beehive State. Did you make that one up?
Utah.
Oh,
Utah. All right. And in terms of how many tries I scored, the ones that counted and the ones that you could see in a video, 1 or 0. But the ones that I scored was like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
We did end up losing 28-41 against New York, but I really did my best scoring most of those 28 points. Don't look for video.
You did your best. We always like to start with our question of the week. Kolya, what is a strange fact or thing that you came across this past week?
So, mine is actually something to do with Christmas as we're getting closer towards that season. So, the Basque Santa Claus is a guy named Olencero. Olentzero.
I think he leads the Pilu Pilu, right?
That's too long.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is a big giant guy with a beret. Now, the thing is, not only is he, or the story about him is that he's one of something called a hentelak, which is a giant, like a pagan giant thing.
Love it so far.
And the stories have been connected of the other hentelak in scholarship to possibly being discussions of Proto-Basques fighting Neanderthals.
Proto-Basques. Not a phrase I expected to hear today.
Yes.
Yeah. You're going to hear a lot of those from languagey types, but
Yes.
Proto-Basque is a good one.
Yes.
I mean, that's where I was going with Toulon. Come on, Basque Toulon. It's right in the words. Julia, same question. Any weird factoids for you this week?
So in general, I like weird facts that upset me in some way. I really like space. I really like deep oceans, neither places where humans belong. There's a reason we're not supposed to go to either of them. We can't breathe underwater. We can't breathe in space. We keep doing it. Insane. But I found one that didn't scare me that much. So I knew it had to be good to share. And then I did, and usually I'd be rattling these off, but I don't want to get this one wrong because I went to go look up to make sure that this fact was correct. And then I found a Reddit argument and then I had to read it for 3 hours. So it turns out, roughly speaking, sharks are older than Saturn's rings. Sharks started evolving around 380 million years ago.
You mean the team, right? Like Ebenezer and
yes, those sharks. I thought oh no. I was thinking Titan. That's a different moon. No, I ruined it. Yeah. So that, and then sharks about 100 million years ago. So even if either one is a little bit wrong, That's wild. And then also in the argument, some people suggested also older than trees. Sharks are older than trees.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, they shouldn't be that old. It's crazy that in the ocean at all there's like a 600-year-old shark. That shouldn't happen. You're not supposed to go to the ocean. And I think I've proven that.
Well, I love how completely different my stupid factoid is. You know, Kit Kat, Kit Kat
Yeah,
candy bars.
with their 900 flavors.
Do you know what the filling of a Kit Kat is?
Wafer?
There's wafer, but there's also
Gana
filling.
is it ganache?
It is ground up Kit Kat,
Oh, that's
which
that makes a lot of sense.
it does, but it also begs a massively existential question. What was the first Kit Kat made out
I was
of?
okay, yeah, I was gonna say, and then it's kind of like a reverse ship of Theseus situation. Like if you're
Exactly.
only made of yourself.
Well, it's a good thing we're here to talk about American rugby. Our tradition is to start with some news, but I literally came up completely blanks. Julia, I think you said the same thing. Kolia, at the last minute, any news? I think you found some grassroots for later,
Yeah,
but
yeah. There's Scotland has announced its squad for the November internationals.
yep, 45 players, I think I saw.
45 players and 5 fly halves.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a play on our idea of like you should like start being creative on the bench. So we're doing like 7-7-1, whatever, like
Mhm.
3-3-3-5, whatever. No, just 5. The whole back line, all 5 halves.
Well, that kind of sets it up nicely. We are 10 days away from the USA men facing off against Scotland in Edinburgh. Julia, Coley, and I kind of looked ahead to this fixture last week, though obviously we don't know what kind of rosters we'll be looking at for, in terms of a game day 23. Gut feeling, do we have a shot at Noxious Gas Stadium?
Well, I know even less than you guys do in general on this topic. And then also we don't have squads. Yeah, my gut feeling is going to be kind of conservative on this one just because of like stuff that we've discussed before about where we're at in terms of development with the men's side
Mhm.
right now. I don't think they're going to beat Scotland, no. But I think that the performance against them will probably be better than it has been.
Scotland do
I think
daft things. You never know.
that's the
Yeah.
thing though, is that if anybody can like totally flop on the day, it's
Right.
Scotland. So I am totally putting that potential out there. That totally
Yeah.
exists.
So
It's
so something I only recently remembered is that this match is going to be outside the international window.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
So Scotland can only use their Glasgow and Edinburgh based players.
I mean, that's
Okay.
not too bad, but does
Yeah,
that mean
I
it's
mean
a,
it's
does that
Yes,
mean
yes,
it's
yes.
an
That
not too
uncapped
that's
many.
fixture?
that's still a team that just
Still
crushed
mostly
my
good.
Ospreys.
Does that mean it's an uncapped fixture though?
I don't think
It
it's uncapped. It's just that
I
you
think
can only or that you can't get
Interesting.
teams or players from non-local. For example, our or many of our foreign-based Americans aren't able to play in the Scotland match.
which
Oh,
which is less
yikes.
good. Which is less good. I mean, in like a bittersweet way, like as far I was the few names that I was thinking of that are overseas right now are mostly injured anyway. So, but
So that test is exactly far away enough that I'm looking forward to it, but I think tomorrow is the day
you
that the
haven't
dread
started
sets in.
feeling sick yet. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think the dread sets in tomorrow. I think wake tomorrow morning. I'm gonna. Oh. So either way, it's hard to believe, but the PWR starts again in just 2 days, kicking off at the Allianz Stoop with Harlequins taking on my Loughborough Lightning. Kolya, did the season sneak up on you? Like, how excited are you for this competition to get back in gear?
I'm excited, but I have a question.
Yes.
Where in the United States can we watch the PWR?
Funny you should mention
Just
it,
set me up.
Julia.
Delightful. That was exactly what I was going to talk about. As David said, we start up. First of all, we would be remiss if we didn't point out we also had some Americans competing in it as well. It has been the PWR Cup for the past few weeks, and it was even
Yes.
happening during the World Cup. Our bad, we didn't follow it. A lot of pods didn't, so we don't feel that bad.
It was
But yes,
impossible to
we
find.
it was
mentioned
impossible
last
to
week.
follow. Oh, we did.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, we totally did. You're totally right.
Mm.
So in terms of where to watch it, I have it pulled up right here. Now, the way that it's going to work, this year, now because this
Should I
is
start the Benny Hill music or?
uh it's not the Benny Hill, it's the circus one. Do 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 do. Because the Benny Hill one annoys me. So all of that said, PWR had all of this. I am gonna go on a spiel. It's my podcast. It's our podcast. I'm on it. PWR really pat itself on the back, really gave itself, rotator cuff injury, patting itself on the back for this new deal that they have struck. I am reliably informed that they will be having actual film production people at all of these matches. However, and sorry, what they are so proud of is that all of these matches will all be available. There is an asterisk there because, and I will always say this because I invite PWR to come find me. PWR does not care about fans outside of the UK. They just don't. We used to have one match a week, the match of the week last season on the Rugby Network. A kind of wide announcement on the Rugby Network. They've been dropped the Premiership, the Gallagher Premiership they dropped, and they dropped PWR. They came out with an email to all of us, and to overseas people, you probably aren't tuned into this. They sent out an email to all of us saying, hey, we're not going to be a subscription service anymore because we're losing basically everything that's good. You can still watch college on us and the sevens tournaments that we have domestically. I think they might play select stuff in South America. I'm not even sure. But they're not having any of the premium stuff that you pay for, giving you your money back, and we're not going to be doing that again. So, okay. Flash forward to now. PWR still has this deal that they are very proud of, in which all of them will be available to us, not legally, but there are ways around it. And with a caveat at the end. So the way it works, every week there will be one match broadcast on the BBC iPlayer, which is not terrestrial BBC. It's on the website and on a special thing on the remotes. It's called the red button. We don't have it. Who cares? And there will be one on TNT Sports, which is not TNT Sports.
You're muted, David.
Yeah, the BBC iPlayer absolutely geolocates you and will not let you.
There's no way. I have a VPN. I really sorry. We're not sponsored by anybody, so we can say this. Get a VPN. If you get a VPN, you can watch everything on the BBC iPlayer. Just make up a UK zip code, whatever they call it, postal code, and say that you paid your TV license. We have freedom here in America. I mean, minus the occupations. Otherwise, TNT Sports is not the same as our TNT Sports or TNT that we have here in America. It has nothing to do with Paramount like we have here. TNT is with Discovery Plus. We can't get that at all unless you either pirate it or you have a VPN. I don't even know how you would do it with the VPN, though. I only don't watch it. I pirate it. And then 2 will be on YouTube. Sorry, that was a really long story to say it all, but that is how it will be every week. Now, will your team be on one of the hard to do ones or the YouTube one? It will change every week, and you will have to find them on social media. They have said as much. They're not going to make it make any sense.
Basically, we're going to be asking Hattie to send us VHS tapes of the games that she has watched and hoping that we can afford the airmail.
Correct. We will be crowdsourcing from our entire global gain line. We're going to be asking all of the gainers who has the best. Can you send it to us? Can you like smoke signal the score at a certain? It's not going to work because of climate change.
Well, right back to the question, Kolya, if you're able to watch it, how excited are you to watch this competition this year? It's going to be great. I loved this competition last year. I thought it was the best yet.
Yeah, I remember last year I didn't have the Rugby Network Plus. So I watched matches like midweek on YouTube and really enjoyed it.
Also what we have to do.
Yeah.
And honestly, unless you're a diehard fan, that will serve you fine. And they will be uploaded. Yes. And I meant, and I will totally go back to you. I also meant to add, even teams that have either the BBC match for that week or the TNT match will sometimes stream all of them. Sail Sharks is one of them. Sail Sharks streams all the time if they are home. The only time that they don't stream on their own YouTube is if they are away and the away team is not letting them stream, which is most of the time, unfortunately. Then there are teams like Gloucester and Bristol who never stream. So it will depend on the team of your fandom.
Well, obviously, the reason we're previewing the PWR is because there is a huge number of USA players over there. Though even at this late hour, I don't think everything is set in stone. When I wrote this a day or two ago, I saw, by my count, 21 Eagles scattered across the league, with Loughborough Lightning leading the way with 6 American players. Julia or Kolya, talk to us about player movement. What have you seen? What's been on your radar during the offseason?
So there's Erica Gerald Cersei going to Sale Sharks.
Yes.
She's been at Sale, yeah.
Or been at Sale, but
yeah, been at Sale.
yeah.
She's been featured online a lot recently, which I love.
She has. I'm thrilled, and it is because of her amazing performance. Also, just in general, there are a lot of Eagles at Sale, and Sale has fantastic social media. So if it's a team, or if you haven't picked a team already, that's a team that's very easy to get into because they make it really easy to learn about their players. I'm super thrilled with them. They really highlight our girls, which is really great. Mm-hmm. Who else you got, Kolya?
We talked about a few last week, but my mind has literally just blanked.
No worries. Yes. No worries at all. So what I am excited about is now I caveat this with saying, first of all, ever since we got WER, I'm a WER girly. That is the most important one. It is important for new fans, either to watching women or to American women. As it stands right now, it doesn't look like, or it looks like yet again, WER will probably situate itself to almost not interact with the PWR window at all. I think they know that still most of their players will be abroad. I should also say there are also Americans elsewhere. There are Americans playing in Australia. There are Americans playing in France. But all of that said, we have gotten more players into PWR than we have leave. We've had some notable folks who have, it seems like, basically retired or left the league. There's Rachel Johnson who left. I think Tess Fury did as well. If not, she's going to be in her last year. But either way, there's been a lot of movement into the league, which is great. Kate Zachary is still at Ealing Trailfinders and is also kind of bringing talent into there, including some younger players, which is really great. I think Olivia Leatherman is either there at Tigers. That's one. We're getting more junior players over to play in it until we can make WER like the premier product, which I truly believe it can end up being. I think that's a ways down the way.
Well, that's great news. I want to highlight the list for listeners who haven't been following as closely as we tend to. The list that I've got, based on recent squad announcements, I'm seeing 4 players for the Exeter Chiefs, including the prop that springs eternal. That's Hope Rogers, of course. Yes, by Loughborough Lightning, they've got 6 players featuring, of course, Alec Kelter. 4 players for the Sharks, including, we already mentioned her, Cersei. Paige Stathopoulos. I've never said her name
just
right.
Now. You got it just now. It's Stathopoulos.
So close.
You got it.
It was a called strike. But she's on the Ealing Trailfinders with a couple other players, also on the Tigers. Kristen Bitter. It's going to be nice to see her.
Yeah, super excited. Katie's in the league now.
On my list, only one player, Lottie Sharp, for the Saracens, and I don't see any players listed for the Bristol Bears.
Nope, none for the Bears, none for Gloucester. Trying to think if there are any other ones that have absolutely none. Oh, and none at Quins. I mean, it happens. It's more surprising about Saracens because we have so much backroom connections there. But ever since Osterbury went to Canada, I guess maybe he's back. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna happen. Lots of nations have only a few people on some teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the numbers that is growing is, in my opinion, more important.
100%. Well, Friends, I just want to take a moment to remind all of you that liking and subscribing is the best way to help us grow. If you could tell a friend or two, that would be smashing. We are part of the Global Gainline Network. We're incredibly grateful for your ongoing support. We've already surpassed our goal of 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. In fact, we added another 100 odd just this week. So thanks again to all of you. We really do appreciate it. The Global Gainline Network is your one stop for all things rugby. We've got Irish content, South African content, we've got the Women's Treehouse, we've got the URC Rewind, and of course, the pod that started it all, The Wrap. Check it all out and help us spread the word. So, I think I'm contractually obligated to ask, do either of you have any Alona Mar info that you feel confident enough in to report? Or, for that matter, would you care to wildly speculate?
If Kolya doesn't, I do. I think she's going back to the sevens team. I don't. It's very cute of Ruck to put out an article and say sources with absolutely no human name attached. Rock on. However, the rumor was Sail Sharks, which I get because it's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to call it out because that's the one that would be like easiest to bullshit because Sale has a bunch of money right now because of a new benefactor. They just signed a bunch of international talent. But if you know ball at all, you would understand who they signed and who they signed. You would not waste money signing Holly Aitchison, Brona Lloyd, Evie Wills, all of those people to push them out for Alona Mar, who we know demands more money for a contract. Has media obligations, and this is a team that is really building its identity. I don't think they're in the market for like one big name. You kind of tell by who all they signed.
That Sale rumor, they only had one win all last year. They were firmly planted at the bottom.
This was
Are
truly.
they swinging the fences, or is this just like they're just trying to get our attention?
They're trying to get your attention. It's complete clickbait. I really can't stress enough. Sale has recently recruited the best in the planet at the positions that she says she wants to play. Maybe if she wanted to like, and so here's the thing that everyone says, well, maybe she wants to like try another position. I am so sorry to be the one to tell you this, but the most elite competition in the world isn't where you learn a new position, even if you have a lot of online followers, especially when you are a team that is gunning for a huge jump on the table as Sale is. It's not worth it. And by the way, I said it for a reason because I knew we were going to come to this. I said it for a reason. Sale is already doing great at social media. They have the best social media presence. Yeah. Bristol very badly needed that help. If we were to look for a silver lining for that, they absolutely needed that. But she has given no indication that she's interested in staying in 15s. In fact, there are several recorded statements by her earlier, especially right before the World Cup, that said that she wasn't sure if she was going to stay in rugby or if she was going to investigate or to take a look at what she can do media-wise. I could absolutely see her trying to get a pilot off the ground or go into podcasting longer term. I'm not sure. But I know that she's in America right now. PWR launches this weekend. They've had media day. They've made all of their ads. It would take a large amount of money to launch that signature or to launch that signing.
What's Alona's best move right now? Do you want to see her in 15s again? Do you want to see her going back to the sevens? Do you want to see her moving on?
Well, the thing that's always been in the back of my mind is that she would retire after the World Cup.
She was hinting at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
How old is she?
Late 20s. I think she's 28 or 29. Yeah, 29, I think. But I don't
see her for several more years. I don't want this to be the end.
Sure. But it would have to be what she wants, though. And if her attention is starting to drift, it's only fair to her for her own success to chase the thing that's making her happier.
That was my thought. Most of the stuff since the World Cup has been non-rugby stuff.
Do we want to see her in the sevens again? It's only a month and a half away. Are we going to see her in Dubai?
I'd enjoy it.
Yeah, I was going to say that was where I would enjoy watching her the most if she stays in the sport. It would be for the position that she's in and for the goals that she has often stated that she has for herself. That's the best place for her in the sport. Yeah, she very much has a place in that world. She is. I think that she's integrated there already. It isn't a steep barrier to entry. It isn't something that is changing faster than she is. She is changing with it because she's still very much involved in it.
Well, I think we fulfilled our
Yeah, but
USA obligation.
if I like, that's kind of the thing in the back of my head. But what would be cool would be her joining a WER team.
Now that I'm in, yeah, that I'm in for. That would be fantastic.
Because she's got the money now
Right. And that could be,
to
I feel,
self-support.
I was going to say, and well, and that would be very humble of her.
Yes.
If she wanted to really like
Yeah.
to ingratiate herself in the 15s community, that is absolutely what I would say. God, it would be even better. I really wish
that's a mind-blowing proposition. That could be the spark that USA Rugby has been waiting for.
Come play in Boston with Nicole Haverland. Why wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Chetta Emba's there. Why not?
Oh my gosh.
Right. And but even more importantly, and this, by the way, even if it isn't something that she cares about, and I'm not casting aspersions, she has always been a family-oriented person. She works with her sisters. I think probably it wouldn't suck to like be in one place where her family can come for a few months.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boston is not far from Vermont for international listeners.
We're a little light on the beach portfolio.
Yeah, but I mean, well, whatever. We would start having our regional conversations. I am I am an adherent of, I love the beaches in Delaware. P-Town is also awesome. And if she wants to be a good ally, she could go be seen in P-Town. How about that?
Oh man, I would follow
Right?
that video.
Right?
So looking back at last season, the top 4 teams in the PWR were Gloucester Hartbury, of course, Saracens, Harlequins, and Julia's beloved Bristol Bears. Kolya, do you think those are our top 4 teams again this season? Is there a team you're expecting to kind of make a leap?
I'd like to see someone like Ealing or Loughborough jump up. Do I see that happening? Not really. But I'd love to see it.
Is it a closed shop for you, do you think?
At the very top, yes. Would be my thought.
Julia, what about you? Is this season going to be, lather, rinse, repeat? To be fair, Exeter had the same number of wins as the Bears last season, but they were 2 bonus points behind. They've got to feel positive coming into a new year, right?
So I agree on a few of those, and then I have just a few slightly different views. I do think that there is a good chance Ealing Trailfinders will jump. I think that they recruited really strategically in the offseason. They have several Canadians now. They just announced signing Maya Montiel as well, which is another big one. Emma Taylor is there. Arias Tyson just left, but yeah. All that said, I am seeing a lot of great things for Trailfinders. I think there's a chance they can move up. I genuinely do not think the Bears will perform that well this year. I'm not inspired by the new coach yet. That's
You're
me.
picking your team to be the drop-off team this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was a mass exodus of talent from the team. There was retirements. There were people who left to other teams. And, we don't need to rehash what the end of the Bears season was like last year. But I do think that had something to do with it, which is yet another reason why I don't think that she's going to sail, because both Holly Aitchison and Courtney Keat are there, both who left Bears, oddly.
To be fair, I don't think she cost the Bears their season. I think Gloucester Hartbury cost the Bears the season.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Gloucester also is one that I'm not 100% that they're going to walk into it. Maybe, but I'm really surprised that Mo Hunt is playing another season. I'm going to be completely honest. I thought she was going to retire after the World Cup. Great that she's still there. That's a plus. They are missing Sean Lynn, which is something.
Yes,
I do wonder
but how Welsh rugby has played under Sean Lynn, which hasn't been much of an improvement.
That's true. There are questions.
It's possible that it's a system thing.
Yes. So that was where I was going to come with it. I do think that ultimately Gloucester will still be in the top 4. I just am not positive that it is foretold like it was last season.
I thought we were on the cusp of a super hot take there.
No, no, I wish that were the case. PWR doesn't move that quickly yet.
Mm,
I think there's a chance that Twins will vastly improve. The back half of their last season was completely different from the first half.
mm.
If they can continue that, I mean, first of all, the World Cup break has been huge, so who knows what they're coming back to. Unfortunately, Aoife Wafer just had surgery. We don't know what they're going to come back to. Actually, now that I think of it, I actually agree with Collier more than I thought originally. Um, no, I
Eventually,
do
we all
well
come around to Kolya. It
for
just
sure.
happens.
But I do really want to like underscore what he said. I really do think that we're going to see market improvement from Loughborough, and I think we're going to see market improvement from Trailfinders.
Mm.
I would also throw Twins in with probably will improve, and Sharks we know are going to improve. I worry about the Tigers.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do worry about Bristol, but I think that that's bitterness on my own part. Um, I don't know what you could have done to fuck up to lose Dave Ward, but you did. I don't know.
Loughborough are my team. I don't know
I'm
what caused
happier.
me to
I'm
pick them,
happier
but
for
I
them.
love
I'm
them so
happier
much.
for them than ever.
But like Ealing is the team. They're not my team, but they're the team I'm like, come on,
Yes.
come on. Mostly
Yes.
because of how the Premiership for the men's side has dicked them over every year. They're like,
Absolutely.
hey, can we
Yes.
maybe come on? And they're like, no, you need 10,000 people. And they're like, well, we got 10,000 people. And they're like,
Trailfinders
well,
is
now
such
you
a
need 10,001.
Trailfinders is also a feel good team. It's
Yeah.
definitely going to
Yes.
be very feel good this year now that they have
Yep.
Rachel Malcolm. Like, sorry, but everywhere Rachel Malcolm goes becomes sunshine. It's gonna be great. I think Trailfinders are gonna have. I mean, I was gonna say their best season yet, but like, it hasn't been many.
Kolya, as a coach, which USA player do you think might benefit the most from this kind of experience that what we're about to see in this competition?
I'm unsure is my first thing with that. Like, I have more thoughts on the how the French women's league starting is going to be really helpful for a bunch of our younger players who have just
Mm.
moved over there, particularly
Absolutely.
at Bordeaux.
Yes. I've also been thinking that.
Well, either of you take that. I didn't have it in my script at all to talk about how many of our players are actually not in the PWR, but there's been big signings, particularly at Bordeaux, like you mentioned. What else should we be looking at?
Those are the only big ones for me. It really is the Bordeaux ones.
Yeah.
But the reason why this is important, other than like that's a great program. I was watching their game. Bordeaux couldn't. They Elite One has its own problems with streaming, really big problems with streaming. So at least Bordeaux, yeah, it was Bordeaux this weekend. Bordeaux is now just streaming their own. They just have one of their players who's injured doing it from her phone, and it
Nice.
wasn't good, but it worked. Um, my French, I am sure will get good. Totally. Uh, but we do. We have Hallie Tofo and
Nia
oh my God,
Tolliver.
Nia Tolliver. Thank you, Nia Tolliver, both at Bordeaux, which is huge. As we were talking about in our chat,
And
veteran
USA Rugby did such a good job of advertising this and letting us know through social media
letting us
that
know.
these great
None of
signings
us
had happened.
knew. None
Yeah.
of us knew. I talked to the USA Rugby Happy Hour guys. They were like, nope, no idea. And to me, like that's closest to the establishment you can get. So you really biffed this USA Rugby, which is a shame. Another thing that people don't know, and it's really, really disheartening. But Charlie Jacoby retired and immediately got position as the head coach of the Hong Kong women's team. Nothing about it. How are you celebrating that? Nothing. But anyway, Charlie Jacoby is now the head coach of the Hong Kong women. So,
Yeah, we mentioned that last week.
oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, Julia, same questions I had for Kolya. Like, can you pick a player who you think might really elevate her game after a season like this at this level? Maybe it's a new club, maybe it's a brand new person to competition at this level. Who do you expect to see sort of break through the ceiling?
Kristen Bitter, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we already saw what just going from amateur to professional in WER did for her career. It rocketed her so much, and she is very obviously so coachable that it put her on the World Cup team. And then did well at the World Cup. First World Cup kind of came in, I mean, not came into it late. She was there the whole time, but in terms of like when her star started rising was near the end and in the hardest matches that we had and really shown. I'm so curious what day in and day out competition against this level will do for her game. If we are right. And I think that we are. I think that it will like rocket her into Elev territory. We're hoping. It has the potential to. It has the potential to. She's so young. She's so hungry for it. She has rugby in her blood. Like, I think she could do it.
Final thing before our predictions, we kind of hinted at this. Do either of you worry about players hopping back to the sevens next month? The first round starts November 20th. Is someone like Lev Kelter going to try to hop back and forth? What's that going to look like?
Well, they can't for PWR. That's in their contract.
Oh, you're in or you're not.
Yeah, you can't go back and forth playing for different stuff because that would make you dual registered. And you could do that if you're English. You could play for a PWR team, and if you're not on the roster, that you can go play for your club team. But you can't just be like, oh, we have a bye week this week. I'm gonna hop on the circuit. No, because you're putting they contracted you. You are putting your body on the risk on the line for somebody else. If you go get injured while you're playing with them, well, now we're fucked.
Michael Jordan had a clause in his contract called the love of the game contract, which said, I can play basketball anywhere I want, anytime I want, and you can't stop me. And they were like, okay.
I mean, yeah.
That's good though, because now I'm looking forward to the sevens and I don't have to worry about, that's actually good. I'm really glad to know that.
I also think we're at the point of depth. Just to wrap it up, we're at the point of depth now where we really are having like growing classes of sevens or growing sevens classes coming up the ranks that are just all pure sevens players. We haven't had that before, but it's what we have stated that we were aiming for in the past few years. So it's a positive sign.
Brazil. Okay, Kolia, who is going to win the PWR this year? Is it going to be Gloucester Harper again? Would that make it a four-peat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my prediction.
Julia, are you gonna
I think
zag?
I think it will be. I think Gloucester has a very good shot at it. I worry at this point it'll be Saracens after the performances in the cup, but I do think it'll be one of those two.
No, not one of those two.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who my dark horse would be if not them, and it's just not Exeter, so I guess Harlequins, but I really don't see it. We could be completely wrong. We said this last time, you and me, David. And we thought that, Harlequins are gonna stay in the dirt the whole time, and then they ended up, just barely missing playoffs.
So who's your answer? Who's your champ?
Gloucester, sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Loughborough just because I'm going hard.
Hell yeah.
It's my chance to zag. I looked at that list and I love every single name of those Eagles I saw on that list, and I was like,
I kind of want to zag. I want to zag to Trailfinders. That no, I can't. I'm too vain.
Before we leave, Kolia has some grassroots for us, I think, before we get out of your hair.
Yes, so this is going to be in a few weeks, but the Austin Valkyries, the women's team up in Austin, Texas, are hosting on November 8th Bat City 15s.
That's right.
Where's Bat City? Also Austin?
Yeah, because Austin. Yeah, it's at the Huns Rugby. It's got, or you're guaranteed to have three games, 40 minutes each game.
All right. That's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
That's
cool. Fun.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, is there a better name for a team than Valkyries? I can't think of one.
No, it really suits.
I'm also a big fan of the San Antonio Riveters.
Yes. I was just saying the same thing. I mean, it's completely different sport or whatever, but there are arguments about what eventually the Cleveland women's basketball team would be, and Rivers was up there, and I was like, it's so good. I was like, it's so dope.
Oh,
it's a great name.
I accidentally did another one of my deep dives into minor league baseball teams, and I found a team called the Trash Pandas.
I was going to say,
I'm about to spend a lot of money on some merch.
You're going to have, So good, do that. However, if you stare too long into that abyss, you will find. So you're right. That's a great one. But there are good minor league teams everywhere. Virginia has a, like, no matter where you are, one near you has a ridiculous name. And by the way,
Yes.
they all have ridiculous names. So the one that I love here in Virginia, that I also have a lot of merch for, and you'll know why as soon as I say it, but they're the Danville Dairy Daddies. And I have a bunch of dairy daddies, and it's a bunch of cows, and they're in like budgie shorts, and they're muscular. So, so
Ah,
So the San Antonio Missions have an alter ego team of the San Antonio or the Flying Chanclas de San Antonio.
okay. See, that's fantastic. Ours is way. I was thinking Richmond is the flying squirrels. It's nowhere near a flying chancla.
well, the all time could be. I'm sorry if we've already talked about this. It feels like inevitable that we would have. Eugene, Oregon, had a
Mhm.
team, and so the story was at one point a whale got beached, and somehow the job of disposing or figuring out what to do with this whale corpse fell to the DPW, and they were like, well, we could blow it up. And they were like, we just need some dynamite. So they went and got as much TNT as they could find, and they spiked the whale corpse with TNT, somehow thinking that blowing something up would vaporize it rather than just
Absolutely. That's how it
sending
always
it
works.
Spread
everywhere.
it
Yeah.
everywhere.
So
Yeah.
they exploded a
Yeah.
whale, which
And this
then
was
covered the town of Eugene, Oregon.
30
And
seconds before they
their
invented
minor league
OSHA.
team now, to this day, has their alternative logo of the exploding whales, and it
Exploding
is a
whales.
glorious logo.
Oh, man, that's so good. And like when I was little, I used to like, the ones that your parents did feel okay with you knowing, and like the banana slugs. But now I know about the exploding cows, and I gotta do that.
Well, I think that's the perfect way to wrap up a chat about American rugby, right?
It's gotta be.
Yes, our British listeners,
They have a lot to research tonight.
minor league baseball, y'all.
Well,
It
first of
is
all,
Strongly
first of
encourage
all,
them
best
all
of
to go down that
America.
first of
rabbit
all,
hole because it's
they're gonna close the
mind-boggling, and
window.
5
They're
hours
gonna
later,
close the
you'll be
window,
like,
and they're gonna
"Oh,
be like, they're so full of shit, and they look it up to, oh, all right.
there
Oh,
they
there
are,
is.
exploding whales, trash
Floating
banners."
whales right there.
Well, Kolia, Julia, as always, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much for your time and insights. Any last thoughts before we call a full lid?
Really excited for this weekend's rugby.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's
Glad
gonna be a
rugby is
big,
coming back.
yeah. As always, thanks to Lee, Hugh, and all the folks at the Wrap. Thanks to all of you for coming along and watching or listening. We're on YouTube. We're on all the usual platforms for audio pods. So if you can help out by spreading the word, that would be phenomenal. Until next time, from all of us, cheers. Thanks to you all, and be well.
Joe, yep, text me.